guys, welcome to Binge.
Or Binge, where he talks
She talks.
and we eat. So today we've got something really nice. We always have something really nice, but we've got something different on our table.
Yeah, actually, we have something different. We have focaccia bread.
Yep.
We have focaccia bread. We have twisties.
Rochers.
Rochers.
So they're called rochers. Pistachio loaf cake, a chocolate
Chocolate
pistachio
pistachio
cake.
loaf cake. We have gingerbread cookies.
And we have
A new dish.
very new. It's called a kachapuri.
A kachapuri is a Georgian dish. It's basically pastry with cheese and a runny egg. Yeah, you see Rebecca cringing because she
I'm not
loves
I'm
runny
not
egg.
a runny egg person. I like mine scrambled or in an omelette form, but never runny. But it's okay. It's an experience. It's a try.
Now I know there's two sides to life. One's where I have to eat things that I don't like, and the other one is when this
I have to
happens
eat
her.
things that.
Well, I think I'm taking up most of the screen, so Rebecca,
No, I'm fine. I actually like. I can be seen. So yes. Okay. Anyways, we got this really sweet handwritten note from Janvi. She came back from Ahmedabad. So today we're featuring the batter Pixie, and she came back from Ahmedabad and she decided in 2 days she's gonna make it happen, and she did.
oh, this
So
is the batter Pixie.
this is the batter Pixie. Janvi is a Potterhead, and if you know what a Potterhead is, that's a person who absolutely loves Harry Potter. Janvi
Wonderful.
loves Harry Potter.
A big fan. I've seen
Sean's a
all
big
of the
fan.
sequels.
So have I. So have
Turkish
I.
too.
But the one
I never
thing-
read the book though.
Yeah, neither
I'm
have
not
I.
much of a reader. I'm
Okay.
not much of a reader, so I haven't read the book. I've seen all the movies, not just once, but a gazillion times.
But I hands down win this, that I'm the Potterhead, because I've got the star and I've got the glasses, which is quite cool. But yes, big Harry Potter fan, so is Janvi. That's why she called it the Batter Pixie, because you know Pixie dust and how pixies make magic happen. Well, Janvi does that too. She's got the products. You get the flour, eggs.
Yeah,
and
it's the combination of the products that give you this amazing dish, which is also magical.
Yep.
Hence the reason why batter Pixie. So you
Batter
have
Pixie.
Pixie. Yes.
So yeah. Okay. So do you want to put your phone on so we can get the comments, since we can't really see that
Okay,
far?
sorry.
Both of us have bad eyesight.
I mean, you have bad eyesight. I have glasses on.
But you still can't see that far. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little about Janvi. So this is also a COVID creation, which is quite cool, because she was supposed to work in the Marriott and then she decided to go on her own. Well, start off something on her own with the COVID creation. And the best part of this is we get to taste some really, really delectable stuff. She's also been training with APCA, the Academy of Pastry and Culinary Arts. I'm hoping I'm right if I'm
In Malaysia.
in
Yes.
Bangalore.
I
She
thought
was in
she was in
Bangalore.
Malaysia where
Oh, yeah,
there was
she
a
was in
lockdown.
Malaysia.
Sorry, I got my story all mixed up. She was in Malaysia during the lockdown.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
she got
sorry.
assaulted by. Sorry guys, we are getting distracted. So she came about this idea because of the amount of brainstorming that she did while she was in Malaysia during the lockdown, and she was able to come up with some amazing creations which we would like to taste and tell you the tale of how good it is. So
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be starting off with something on the savory side. What do you think?
okay,
Okay, what do we start off with?
we have
The-
two savory and all sweet.
Okay, so we start. So should we do a sweet, savory, sweet, savory, sweet? Cookies first, or
Yeah.
cake first, or roaches first? I'm letting you choose. I'm letting you choose. I'm being nice.
This is also our dinner plans, by the way. I'll let you choose. Yeah,
But that's what
this
he
is
says.
how our dinner plans go as well.
What? No, but
So-
that's what he says to me, because I'm the one who always chooses dinner most of the time. So he says anything, just like most guys. What do you want to eat? Anything. Is there anything on the menu? Anything. And when you order something, ooh, what did you order? I'm sure you relate. I'm sure you know what I'm talking
Have
about.
a cookie.
Ooh. Okay, we've got ginger cookies. courtesy the batter Pixie. Texture-wise, they're really nice.
It seems moist.
It does.
Well, your ginger cookie is basically made with either fresh ginger or powdered ginger. There is a molasses that goes into it, which gives it this nice sticky, gooey dough. I hope I'm right, Janvi. Yeah. So can't wait to dig into it. You can see you can see that there are cashews in it that give it this texture. It feels moist. It feels nice, and
Oh wow.
I'm gonna bite into it.
Okay, so it's a ginger nut cookie where you can taste the ginger. The ginger's right out there. You've got the nut in it to cut down the ginger, and it's sort of sweet. It's not too sweet, it's the perfect kind of sweet. And the cookies, as Sean mentioned, they are moist because when you feel them, they're not those really hard cookies. They're the softer cookies because you can feel your fingers like going like that. Okay, I'm gonna finish my cookies since you're gonna talk into this.
This is a very nice, very light cookie. You can definitely taste the ginger. The ginger taste hits your palate and stays there for a while. You have the bit of the spiciness that comes out from the ginger itself. That very subtle kind of
I don't think
spiciness.
it's spice, I think it's a pungency.
Uh,
It kind of hits your...
It coats your palate when
Yeah.
you smell it just before you put it in your mouth. You get that whiff of ginger, all right. And once you bite into it and you're chewing it, it coats your palate. It coats your mouth completely. It's got that. When you're eating, it's got that sweet, salty kind of a taste. And when you finish it, when you swallow the food, it gives you that aftertaste, that hint of spice, that
Yeah.
heat.
But you do have the ginger...
No, I'm not talking about, when I talk about spice, I'm talking about that very subtle kind of heat at the
Oh yeah,
back
the
of your
heat that
palate.
it brings up, yeah.
At the back of your palate, you get this very subtle kind of heat, which gives it that nice, it gives it a nice complete ginger flavor with the
Yeah.
sweetness, the saltiness, the nuttiness from the cashews itself. It gives it a very homely feeling.
I think this would be next.
Okay.
And then we can do that. Okay, Kukusha bread. It is olives, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, which I love. You've got peppers in it as well.
You got
and
onions, olives. Sorry guys, we're sharing because, a Saturday is just jam-packed for the both of us. So
Wow.
for me especially, she's got the time. I am stuck with work, so you guys need to excuse us. On a Saturday, we do tend to go fast things a little faster than we should. We apologize, but with that being said, we do cover all aspects of whatever food is given to us, and we don't want to let you guys down because this is amazing food. Put in all the hard work, the energy, the time, and we need to appreciate what we have on our table.
We absolutely do. Sean, earlier today, Sean said, you know what, I want pizza for lunch. Well, hey ho. Kukusha bread is has a similar taste to pizza. It's got the cheesiness, it's got the doughiness because of the bread. And with the vegetables, well, the bell peppers, the tomatoes, and the olives, it gives it a very nice, fresh taste. That's how I would put it, yeah?
And earthy feeling.
Yeah. We use earthy a lot on the show.
The reason being is because your capsicum, your peppers rather, doesn't give you that, it doesn't give you a very, very pungent kind of a burn like a chili would. It gives it a very neutral sweetness, if I might add. A bitter sweetness, but the sweetness just covers that a whole lot more. Peppers basically take on a lot of added flavors from the things that you cook with.
Yeah.
So the tomatoes, the sharpness of the tomatoes, the olives, the peppers, the onions, all of that in combination with the pizza bread, as in the focaccia bread, gives it a very subtle kind of a taste. So a very balanced taste on your palate is what I would call an earthy kind of flavor.
I think biting into this is like picturing yourself in the Mediterranean. You know what? You've got the ocean around you, beautiful views, subtle flavors, and it's so refreshing. It's like you're on vacation. It's a vacation in your mouth. I came up with a nice tagline: a vacation in your mouth for your focaccia bread, Pixie. It is really nice. We've had bread on the show, but each bread is very different. You can't compare breads.
Last meal.
Yeah.
I know you don't generally like the edges, but with this, I urge you to have a bite of it.
Okay.
It gives you
He's
that.
urging me. I will.
Alright, okay, so this is how it is. Whenever we have a sandwich, Rebecca waits for me to finish off all the edges so she can finish what's in the middle. But the reason why I urge her to have this, or to take a bite of this, is because it gives it, okay, when you talk about bread, you want it to be nice and crusty. Not so crusty that it chips your tooth, but crusty in the sense it's got a nice bit of crunch to it. And when you take pizza as well, because of the consistency it's cooked in, the edges tend to get a little hard.
Absolutely.
But with this, it's so soft in the middle, it's so moist, it's so flavorful. It gives out so many different textures with that balance of everything. But when you bite into the edge of the focaccia bread, it gives it that very, very mild, crusty feel
It's
to
got
it.
a cheesy crusty to it. It's not the bread.
It's not crusty, like not like sourdough bread kind of crusty, but or pizza crusty that you leave out for a while. But it gives it that nice, subtle kind of a moment.
Okay, so the next thing we've got is a really nice plate of roshas. So roshas are basically chocolate with Rice Krispies and almond sticks. So if you're a crackle kind of person, this is exactly what you should eat.
Oh,
Go ahead and try it.
yeah. You can talk about it.
They look like asteroids. So they're really nice when it comes to parties if you want something light. Get something chocolatey, something crunchy, and lightly coated, not too much. So it's got a mixture of dark chocolate and a drizzle of white chocolate. Sean looks like he's in outer space, but that's exactly what these are. These are really, really sweet little things to look at. Little asteroids. Chocolate asteroids. Also called chocolate clusters. What else?
Goodness.
Chocolate goodness according to Sean. Okay.
Oh, wow.
My turn.
Oh. So many textures. It's like it's a confusion in your mouth, is what I would call this. You got the sweetness of the chocolate. It is bitter chocolate, but I think because of the white chocolate put into it, gives it that added sweetness. The Rice Krispies, guys, for the ones that grew up in the age of crackle when they first came out, the old crackle, you had the goodness of those Rice Krispies when you bite into it. This is times 10, is what I would say. And the almond sticks add that extra bit of crunch, that nutty flavor, and it's sweet, nutty, light. I don't get any sort of bitterness from it, though. I don't get any sort of bitterness from it, knowing that it is dark chocolate.
Yeah.
The sweetness of it's not overpowering. None of it is overpowering. It's very subtle, kind of matured flavors is what I would say.
Yeah.
in terms of the. It is very unique. It's the first time we've had it, but it's got that balanced kind of a well-rounded kind of a flavor when you talk about a chocolate.
Okay,
Yes.
for someone who's trying to figure out what the hell are they talking about Rice Krispies, let's get local. These are basically puri, which is Rice Krispies. Translated. Puri is either savory, puri can be sweet. If you've tasted puri with jaggery in the shape of balls, that is something you can think of. But this is not jaggery. This is puri with
Chocolate. And
chocolate,
almond crunch.
almonds, and a slight white chocolate drizzle on top. Very local, yet sophisticated. So I think this is a nice thing where you can, it's like a fusion. Because especially in India, a lot of people like this, be it savory, be it sweet. And this is something you can definitely think of, as I said, for kids, an asteroid. If you're having a science themed party, an asteroid. If you're a doctor, I don't know the terminology, but some part of the human body perhaps, not the excretion part of it. If you are if you're a biologist, probably a microorganism kind of party, but you can just come up with so many different things.
Okay,
And-
basically this is when we always say we are vocal for local. Well, this vocal for local just got an upgrade.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. This vocal for local just got an upgrade. It gave itself a fancy name, coated itself with chocolate, and there it is. Bang, right there in your face.
From puri,
There you get it.
from puri to puri balls to Rice Krispies to rosha.
A roaster
That's
it
the
is.
life cycle of a rosha. Okay. Sorry, I was doing something with my mother earlier with regards to the life cycle of a butterfly, so the life cycle stuck in.
Stick with the life cycle of a butterfly.
But that's the life cycle of a rosha. I wasn't wrong now, was I? Okay, we're going back to another savory treat, which happens to be the kachapuri. I love the way you say it. It's a Georgian red, as Sean mentioned earlier. You put it in the micro and you have it all runny because of the egg and the cheese. But okay, so Janvi, thank you for telling me to put this in the micro. But when I read runny egg, I purposely didn't put it in the microwave. Sorry, I just don't like runny eggs. So I kind of did this to benefit. Okay, bon appetit.
Oh wow.
Okay, if I have to describe what this looks like a person's lips and a person smiling because they're really happy that they actually got to taste this. It is good. Wow. Wow.
Oh wow. I'm mad at the fact that she didn't put this in the micro. But even though it's cold, the flavor of the cheese and the combination of the egg with it makes Rebecca curse and regret the fact that she did not put it in.
He actually read my mind.
It was
But I'm actually quite happy.
But then in
He's
that
smiling.
case, it's one of those mistakes that you would like, because sometimes come on, you gotta face it on a regular day. You are gonna be busy. You just want to run out, get something to bite, and move. If you have this at home, it's called the
Kachapuri.
kacha puri. I was about to say kukusha. I don't know why.
Okay,
But kachapuri.
we'll fancy name this for Sean.
No.
The kukusha.
I
But
have
this
no
is the
idea why.
kachapuri.
I don't. There's no such. I don't even know if there's a word like that. But I just came up with it. It was in my head. I like the fool that I am. I actually set it up. I don't even know what that means. I
So,
don't even know. if
back to
there's a-
Pixie, this is this is really nice kachapuri, actually called. But in Sean's word, this is really nice kukusha.
I have no idea why. Alright, so the kachapuri, Janvi, it's got amazing flavors. The bread itself is a very, very light bread. It's got a bit of a crunch to it. It's got a bit of a bite to it. But the softness in the center of the bread is
It's wholesome. It makes you feel
yeah,
full.
it's a very
meal by itself.
yeah, and I don't have to have. I know for a fact that after this my lunch is good. So this sorts me out for lunch, and this is a very hearty. You can have this for breakfast because it's got the. It's not a very. It's not something that is heavy on your palate.
Yeah.
Nor is it light. It's a quick on the go kind of a kachapuri. The bread.
Kukusha.
The bread.
Okay,
That-
I know why. Sorry. I know why Sean called this Kukusha.
It
also,
wasn't-
Janvi's actually considering renaming it to a Kukusha. I shall reconsider it.
No, it wasn't
Yes,
me.
he can.
trying-
Yes, he can. if
No,
he
it
wants
wasn't
to.
me trying to get you to name it. I have no idea why that name came out.
Okay,
right?
so I think I know why
No,
Sean said
one I
Kukusha.
know. One I don't know why that name came out,
I know
and two
why.
I don't even know why I said it out loud. Like,
Okay, wait.
not because of the vacation.
No, I'm just guessing because it was there. You would have, knowing you or me, we would have thought Kukusha and then Kachapuri and then Kukusha. It's fine. It happens. But we're happy. It is amazing Kachapuri.
All right, if you do come up with a combination of the focaccia and the kachapuri, you can call it kukusha.
I was going to call it something else, but then, hey.
All right, so moving back, this is a very it is filling. It fills that void inside that is not too often filled. Is what I would call this the kachapuri. It's a very well thought of dish. It's a wholesome dish which has got the goodness of eggs, the salty sharpness of the cheese. It's got spinach.
Yeah.
It's got spinach for the guys here, palak. It's got spinach. It's got
Sorry, the one thing I need to point out is the sweetest thing. So, as you know, Janvi's called batter Pixie. I'm sure Janvi doesn't know this, but I grew up when I was growing up. You know the little sesame seeds. You will not be able to see it there. So they're black and white. We used to call them fairy biscuits. So the batter Pixie sprinkles some fairy biscuits on the top of the kachapuris, and I think it gives it a really nice earthy taste. As Sean would say, earthy. It balances it off. It neutralizes all of those flavors at the end of it, and it also gives it that extra bite because you can go and you can feel even though it's a tiny little seed, you can still taste it. Okay, the one thing that I've had my eyes on from the time it's come, it looks so nice. Go ahead. It's a dark chocolate pistachio loaf. It is beautifully wrapped, and the best part is when it's cake, you don't really like your cake sticking to the paper, be it a cupcake, be it a loaf cake, or you don't like it sticking to the tin because it kind of ruins it. But in this case, it doesn't stick to it. Wow. And this is what it looks like.
wow. Oh wow. Guys, it's got overload of pistachio nuts on the top and all through the cake, as a matter of fact, which is brilliant. You can see bits of chocolate on the inside of the cake. It just from the outside it looks. Sorry guys, ambulance went past. Just from the outset, the visual appeal that you get from the cake itself is very moist. It's got that crunch as you cut into it. You can sense that there is a bit of a crunch on the top. Once you get through the hard outer layer, the crunchy outer layer, it's just soft. It's just soft pastry.
Yeah.
Sorry, soft. the other side. Soft cake on the inside, which is fluffy, airy, moist, and it smells good. You can smell it as you cut into it as well. So I'm gonna let her explain it while I take a bite.
Okay, so for all you people who are fed up of sweet chocolate cakes, this is something that is really intense, and if you can handle the actual essence of the cacao or the cocoa bean, this is what you would genuinely like. There's not too much sugar. It's more of a 90% dark chocolate taste to it. You know, when you have Lindt, the 90% dark chocolate, it's not sweet at all. It's got that kind of taste. And the saltiness of the pistachios, not just sprinkled on the top, but folded inside with the batter and then baked. It is really, it takes you to another level, because we've had cakes that are sweet, and we finally had a cake that cuts down the sugar and just gives it gives the cocoa the main, it lets the cocoa be the main element of the dish.
This for me is the perfect tea cake. I'll tell you why. When you go out for tea, when you have tea cakes, when you go out for a loaf, a cake loaf or whatever it is, maybe a cupcake, a muffin, whatever it may be, it's got that extra bit of sweetness that when you bite into it, you lose out on the flavor of the coffee that you have with it. Whatever, be it a coffee or tea or anything that you prefer with it, it makes it lose. You lose. Sorry guys, a lot of disturbance in the background, a lot of honking, so you need to excuse us.
We're in the heart of Bangalore.
Yeah, so there's a lot of hustle and bustle, and my apologies for the background
sorry.
music.
The one thing that I left out in this particular tea cake is the tiny chunks of dark chocolate, bitter dark chocolate, not sweet dark chocolate, but bitter dark chocolate. You can see it. I got 4 of them, and I absolutely love that. Hence I said the 90% Lindt dark chocolate. This has a similar taste to it because it's not sweet. It's got that nice bitterness, and it is dark chocolate.
It's got a bitter tartness from the cacao bean, which is the original flavor of your chocolate, and then you add sugar to it, which gives it where you get all of your other chocolates, which is sweet, which is edible. Dark chocolate has become something that people enjoy a lot more nowadays as compared to the old days. With that being said, going back to the fact that I said this for me is the perfect tea cake. It's not too sweet. It's got that sweetness, but a very, very subtle aftertaste. It's got an after sweetness coming.
Yeah.
All right. For the chocolate itself, it's dark chocolate at its most natural strain, at its best, at its peak, if I may add, which gives you that bitter tartness, and that is really enjoyable.
It is decadent. It is definitely
it's
decadent.
Moist.
It's rich.
It is rich. It is moist. But then, with the richness, I think the bitterness of the chocolate cuts down that richness. And to top it all off, the icing on the cake in this case is the pistachios, which gives it that salty finish to your bitter tart sweetness of the cake. All over, it is a phenomenal cake. It is one of the best tea cakes I've had.
Yeah, it is.
Period.
It
Hands down,
is.
the best tea cakes I've had. And if I have to do something or have someone over for tea at my place, Batter Pixie is the place I'm going to go to. Batter Pixie is the chef that I'm going to call on, or the cook.
Janvi.
Yeah, Janvi, sorry. Janvi is the person I'm going to call upon for my evening tea cake. If you guys want a relaxing evening, this is the person you should call. not only for the cake itself, but for the variety that she has to offer.
I thought I was gonna search for the remote to find the remote, just like mute him for a second. But absolutely, today's been really nice. We've had different flavors, new things on the show as usual, and things that just got us wanting more. Yes, the tea cake has been the biggest hit for the both of us. Apka India, Apka, you're doing something right that your students are getting this brilliant. And Janvi, I'm guessing that's the little
It
extra.
wasn't only the tea cake. The tea cake
No, I'm
was
saying everything.
everything was good, but the only reason why the tea cake stood out from all the other goodness that we have here is because of the amount of times that we have had tea cakes.
Yeah.
The number of times that we had tea cakes. You don't want something that is so sweet that you don't want to enjoy, that doesn't let you enjoy the coffee or the tea that you have.
Yeah.
You may as well just have boiled water.
Yeah. But the thing is, we all who like green tea, and you never like something paired with green tea when it comes to something like a dessert or a cake. I think this would go perfectly with the green tea.
It is the perfect cake that accompanies all sorts of teas and coffee.
It's like the one size fits all kind of leggings, but yeah. I have to. It's true. That's what you meant. But agree, it can go with any of the beverages that you choose.
Cappuccino, espresso, green tea, chai, Assam tea, whatever you want.
Masala chai. You didn't say masala chai, so I just added it.
Masala chai.
Ginger chai. Espresso.
We love
But it was lovely. It was really, really nice. Thank you so much, Bada Pixie.
Thank you so much, Janvi. And
Kukusha.
that name keeps coming back to me.
Say it. Say it. The Kukusha.
Not Kukusha.
Just say it once. The
The
Kukusha.
Kukusha.
The Kachapuri.
Yes. Kachapuri. Thank you for torturing me. The Kachapuri as well was really, really flavorful, wholesome, hearty. A lot of this can give you a heart attack, but then again, it is good eating. It is filling. It fills up the void in oneself, which sometimes is not.
What he means is it's a balanced diet.
It's not a balanced diet.
For a lunch. It's a balanced meal. Where you
It's just a filling meal
It's a filling meal.
with
That's
good
what it
taste,
is.
with good flavors, the goodness of eggs, bread, and cheese.
And the best part is after this, I know for a fact he's going to make me put that in the micro. That's the smile of the person who's actually going to make me do that. But Bada Pixie, thank you so much. Another reason why I need to shout out to Apka India is to a special friend, we go way back, Chef Michelle Perez, who's a faculty over there. And she's another who makes miracles with her hands. But Janvi, you just created magic here and we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. As we say, our posts are up, the photos are up on the next post once the video goes through. And we've got more coming to you over the weekend, so stay tuned.
And thank you for the Kukusha.
For the Kukusha. Thank you so much. So we've had the focaccia, the ginger biscuits, the roshas, the kachapuris, and the pistachio chocolate loaf. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Jambi. Thank you, Bada Pixie, for giving us this amazing, amazing spread. For the guys that have tuned in for the first time, please like, share, subscribe, and spread the love.
Spread the love. Alright.
I'm just
Alright.
go. Bye-bye.
See you guys. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.